Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I'm a medical educator over at Westminster Multispecialty Clinic, right here in Dubai Healthcare City. And today, well, we're going to tackle a really specific but incredibly common daily struggle. It's something so many of our patients are dealing with when they walk through our doors, yet it's completely misunderstood. I'm talking about that creeping discomfort that shows up like clockwork just as you're trying to wrap up your workday. Okay, let's dive into this. So, why does your neck hurt by the end of literally every working day? You know the feeling, right? Reaching for the back of your neck around 3 p.m., rolling those shoulders, trying to shake off that tension by 5? You are absolutely not alone here. In fact, end-of-day neck pain is one of the single most common physical complaints among the professionals we see in Dubai. But the real issue? It's become so common that most people have just stopped questioning it. They just accept this dull, lingering ache as a normal, unavoidable reality of desk life. But as clinicians, we need you to know something absolutely crucial. At Westminster Multispecialty Clinic, our stance on this is incredibly clear. Persistent end-of-day neck pain is not something that should be normalized. We really want our patients to understand that this pain isn't just some annoying nuisance. It's actually a biological alarm bell. It's your body telling you that the way you're working or sitting is placing a massive, repeated strain on your cervical spine. Left unaddressed, that daily strain builds up into a much bigger problem. It's absolutely not unavoidable, and no, you don't have to just live with it. So here's our clinical roadmap for this explainer. We'll cover 1. The end-of-the-day ache. 2. Anatomy of forward posture. 3. The workstation setup trap. 4. When the pain spreads. 5. The Westminster treatment approach. And 6. Daily habits for relief. Okay, starting off with Section 1, the end-of-day ache and validating your daily discomfort. A dull ache stretching from the base of your skull right down into your upper back. Does that hit close to home? Because it's exactly how our patients describe it to us. It's rarely a sharp, sudden pain. It's more of a heavy, dragging sensation that makes you want to constantly stretch out your neck. And what you're actually feeling there, that is the physical sensation of your neck muscles working continuously without a single break, just to hold your head upright against gravity. Honestly, they are just exhausted. Moving right along to Section 2, anatomy of forward posture and the hidden load on your spine. 4 to 5 kilograms. That's the average weight of the human head when you're holding it in a neutral, upright position. It's kind of like a bowling ball perfectly balanced on top of a stick. Your cervical spine, so the bones, joints, and muscles in your neck, is perfectly engineered to comfortably handle that exact 4 to 5 kilogram load. When you sit up straight, your neck manages it beautifully. But watch what happens when your posture shifts. Compare that neutral load of 4 to 5 kilograms to a forward head load, which brings a massive 3 to 4 times increase. The second your head inches forward, even just a few centimeters, the load on your neck skyrockets. Suddenly, your neck is trying to support 15 to 20 kilograms instead of 5. Now just imagine holding that position for an 8 to 10 hour screen session. Your monitor is a little low, and boom, this forward head posture becomes your default state. And by the end of the day, those muscles are incredibly fatigued. They enter what we call a protective spasm, basically a low-level, continuous tightening of fatigued muscles trying desperately to support an overloaded cervical structure. So that 5 p.m. tension, it's not standard soreness. It is literally your neck muscles locking down to protect you after being severely overloaded all day. Which leads us straight into Section 3, the workstation setup trap and compounding the strain. Let's look at the timeline of how a single bad day morphs into a chronic clinical issue. Over a few days, a long desk session leaves you with mild daily stiffness. But over weeks, this repeating pattern causes chronic muscle shortening. And give it months, the deep stabilizing muscles of your neck actually weaken from disuse, forcing the larger superficial muscles to take over completely. This exact shift is why neck pain tends to progressively worsen instead of just staying at a manageable level. So what triggers this whole timeline? Well, at Westminster Multispecialty Clinic, these are the workstation traps we see every single day. A monitor positioned too low, a screen placed off to one side, incorrect chair height, using a laptop without a stand, or a huge one, cradling your phone on your shoulder. Most people set up their desk based on what feels comfy for the first 5 minutes, completely ignoring how it forces their head downward for the next 8 hours. Let's move to Section 4, when the pain spreads beyond the neck. When those traps are ignored, we see an alarming progression where the pain stops being localized. It becomes pain radiating into the shoulders, traveling down your arms, or triggering these awful headaches right behind your eyes. And the reality for so many professionals in Dubai is that the strain doesn't end at 5 p.m. Long commutes, scrolling on your phone on the couch, your neck rarely gets the recovery time it desperately needs. This brings us to a crucial definition: cervicogenic headaches. These are headaches originating directly from the cervical spine. What we see at the clinic is that patients frequently misidentify these as just standard tension headaches. They'll pop some pain medication, hoping it just vanishes. But meds won't fix an underlying structural cervical issue. The root mechanism is still right there, which is why actual physiotherapy is an absolute game changer here. This leads perfectly into Section 5, the Westminster treatment approach and finding structural solutions. Our team's approach to fixing this root cause is highly structured. Step 1, a thorough postural assessment. No guessing. Step 2, manual therapy to actually restore joint mobility. Step 3, and this is vital, targeted strengthening of those deep flexors that weakened over time. And Step 4, postural re-education. We treat the structural driver of the pain rather than just throwing a temporary Band-Aid on your symptoms. Let's look at our final section: daily habits for relief and taking control. Alongside our professional sessions, we literally prescribe these daily habits. Ready? Retract a jutting chin every single hour. Take a quick 2-minute movement break every 45 minutes to get blood flowing. Actually position your monitor at eye level, keep your phone flat on the desk, and make sure your upper back is actually supported by your chair. These small adjustments perfectly complement your physiotherapy and help lock in your progress. So I want to leave you with this question. Isn't it time to break the pattern of ending your day in pain? This discomfort doesn't just resolve on its own, especially when the underlying postural causes are still there. But the incredible news is that work-related neck pain responds amazingly well to early intervention. We'd love for you to reach out to our team at Westminster Multispecialty Clinic right here in Dubai Healthcare City to finally reclaim your comfort. What step will you take today to make sure your workday doesn't end in an ache? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer,